Severance is a dystopian science fiction series that explores the ethical and psychological ramifications of a procedure that separates employees' work memories from their personal memories. The show is set primarily in the offices of Lumen Industries and follows the experiences of Mark Scout and his colleagues in the Severed Macro Data Refinement (MDR) department. Episode 1: Good News About Hell. The series opens with Mark Scout, who works at Lumen Industries. We learn that he has undergone a procedure known as Severance, which splits his consciousness into two distinct personas: his innie, who only knows his work life, and his outie, who only knows his personal life. Mark's outie is grieving the recent death of his wife, Gemma, and he chose Severance to cope with his loss. Mark's innie is introduced as a middle manager in the MDR department, which includes Dylan, Irving, and a new recruit, Helly. Helly struggles with the concept of severance and repeatedly tries to quit, but she is continually reassured and coerced into staying by Lumen's controlling environment. This episode establishes the eerie, controlled environment of Lumen's severed floor and the oppressive nature of the company's management, led by Harmony Coble, who poses as Mark's outie's friendly neighbor, Mrs. Selvig. Episode 2: Half-Loop Helly continues to rebel against her new life in MDR, but her attempts to leave are thwarted. Meanwhile, Irving experiences hallucinations of black goo seeping from the walls, which he believes is a sign of deeper issues within the company. He grows closer to Bert, a worker from the Optics and Design O&D department, and their budding friendship hints at potential secrets within Lumen. Mark's outie starts to notice strange inconsistencies in his daily life and begins to question Lumen's intentions. The eerie tone deepens as the show hints at a broader, more sinister plot within Lumen, especially when Petey, a former severed employee who reintegrated his memories, contacts Mark and warns him about the dangers of severance. Episode 3: In Perpetuity. Mark's innie and outie lives continue to diverge. Petey explains the horrifying details of reintegration sickness to Mark and reveals that Lumen is not to be trusted. He dies shortly after due to complications from reintegration, leaving Mark more suspicious of the company. The innies of MDR explore the Perpetuity Wing, a museum-like area dedicated to Lumen's history and its enigmatic founder, Keir Egan. This visit raises more questions about the true nature of their work and the company's cult-like reverence for Keir. Episode 4: The UUR. Mark begins to investigate Lumen's secrets, inspired by Petey's warnings. His outie meets with a journalist, Alexa, who expresses interest in Lumen's severance program and its implications. Meanwhile, Helly's resistance to her severed life intensifies. She records a video pleading with her outie to resign, but her request is denied. Inside Lumen, the tension between departments grows, particularly between MDR and O&D, suggesting departmental segregation is a deliberate tactic by Lumen to prevent employees from discovering the company's true purpose. Bert and Irving's relationship continues to develop, hinting at deeper emotional connections despite their severed states. Episode 5: The Grim Barbarity of Optics and Design. Mark's outie tries to reconcile his feelings for Alexa while grappling with the unsettling information about Lumen. Inside Lumen, Helly's attempts to escape grow more desperate. She even tries to hang herself in the elevator, but she is revived, and her memory of the event is wiped. Bert reveals more about the inner workings of O&D, hinting at a grander, possibly nefarious purpose behind their work. The innies of MDR become more curious about the other departments and what lies beyond their office. Despite Lumen's strict regulations, and constant surveillance. Episode 6. Hide and Seek. Mark's outie becomes more actively involved in uncovering Lumen's secrets, influenced by Petey's death and Alexa's encouragement. He discovers hidden messages and documents that suggest Lumen's activities are far from benign. Inside Lumen, the relationship between Irving and Bert deepens, raising questions about the nature of severed relationships and emotional connections. The MDR team starts to band together, realizing that their work might be more interconnected and significant than they initially thought. Helly, in particular, becomes more determined to uncover the truth behind their work. Episode 7. Defiant Jazz. Mark's innie discovers a hidden passage in Lumen that leads to a secret room filled with cryptic documents and artifacts, suggesting that Lumen's history is shrouded in mystery and possibly darker than they imagined. The MDR team grows more rebellious, with Dylan leading an effort to uncover more about their work. Helly's persistence pays off as she uncovers more about the severance procedure and its potential consequences. Irving's hallucinations intensify, leading him to question his reality and the true nature of Lumen's control over their minds. The relationships within the MDR team become more strained and complex as they grapple with their growing awareness of Lumen's manipulation. Episode 8. What's for Dinner? Mark's outie makes significant progress in his investigation, uncovering documents that suggest Lumen's severance program is part of a larger, more sinister experiment. He becomes more determined to expose the truth, despite the risks involved. Inside Lumen, the MDR team faces increased scrutiny and pressure from management. Helly's rebellious actions lead to severe repercussions, but they also inspire the rest of the team to join her in questioning and resisting Lumen's control. Bert and Irving's relationship reaches a turning point, highlighting the emotional complexity of severed lives. Episode 9. The We Are. Mark's innie and outie worlds collide as he pieces together the full extent of Lumen's manipulation and control. He discovers that the company has been conducting experiments on severed employees using their divided consciousnesses for nefarious purposes. The MDR team, now fully aware of the truth, decides to take action. They plan a daring escape from Lumen's control, using their newfound knowledge to outsmart the company's surveillance and security systems. Helly leads the charge, determined to expose Lumen's secrets to the world. Episode 10. The End of the Beginning. In a climactic finale, Mark's innie and outie personas merge as he leads the MDR team in a final showdown against Lumen's management. They manage to break free from the company's control, revealing the truth about the severance procedure to the public. The revelation sends shockwaves through society, sparking debates about ethics, privacy, and the limits of corporate control. Mark and his colleagues become symbols of resistance and resilience, inspiring others to question and resist oppressive systems. As the season concludes, the characters are left to navigate the aftermath of their revelations and their newfound freedom. The show leaves viewers with a sense of hope and a reminder of the importance of questioning authority and fighting for one's autonomy.